Okay, so yesterday I went to the store and I happened upon a DC Superhero Girls Poison Ivy doll. And if you've been following my Tumblr or my Flickr photo stream before, you'll know that recently this spring I rebodied a Hasbro Queen Amidala doll on a Disney Descendants body, so it would be jointed. But I'm not super happy with the proportions of that doll. I think she's a little short. I kind of want her to be like taller and bigger than my Monster High and Ever After High dolls. And plus, I really don't like the hand shape that the Disney Descendants dolls have. It's just kind of like weird and lanky, and I don't know, it just kind of is a little bit uncanny valley for me. So I thought, well, you know, let's try a DC Superhero Girls body on one of these types of dolls. Because they're a little taller, they're a little more muscular, and they also have that jointed torso, which I really love jointed torsos. I think all dolls should have them. But luckily enough, earlier, about a month or two ago, I was able to pick up a lot of more of these Hasbro Amidala dolls on eBay. And this one's just a regular one. I don't know which one she came from, but she's got actually nicer hair than the one I have. And it came with a couple of Hidden Majesty dolls. One of the special ones with the hole in the head for the hair stuff. And you see she's got a little paint on her face. And the real reason I got the lot is because it had the no makeup face Padme doll, which is like really hard to find. I want to rebody this eventually and make the ultra pretty and famous lake dress from episode 2, which I've been obsessed with that dress for years. And I'd really love to make that for a doll. But the main reason I got the lot was for this doll. It's really hard to find the Amidala dolls with no makeup, the Padme doll. And usually when you do, she's in box and she's like going for like 50 or 60 bucks. But I got this whole lot for like $12 with shipping. They're missing some stuff and some of their stuff is broken, but it doesn't really matter to me because I'm gonna do stuff with them anyway. So I figured if I rebody this Amidala and if I like it better than my other one, I'll probably keep this one instead. And then if that body works out well, I'll probably put this one also on a DC Superhero Girls body. So the tools I'm gonna need for this job are obviously a scissors to get the doll on the box, probably some sort of X-Acto blade or razor blade, and I'm gonna need a couple of my trusty needle nose pliers. And first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Poison Ivy unboxed, and I'm probably gonna get this doll nude and the other doll nude so you can see the differences in the bodies. Okay, so as you can see, all the proportions of these dolls are very, very different. Here we have the DC Superheroes girl, Poison Ivy, which she looks really cool. I might actually have to get another one for myself. I really like her hair color. I might be able to make some sort of cool fire girl doll. I don't know, but I really actually like her, so I might have to get another one just for me. But I really like the jointed torso and the muscularness of the body, and I like that she's a little taller. You can see the one in the middle is the Amidala doll that I have rebodied on a DC Superhero, or sorry, not a DC Superheroes girl, but a Disney Descendants doll, both, which was funny because, you know, originally the Amidala doll is a Hasbro doll, and I'm putting her on a new Hasbro body. But yeah, I really don't like the hands, and the proportions are like okay, but the neck is like a little weird and bulbous. And I really don't like the hands. And on the end here, we have the Hasbro Amidala doll on her original body, and as you can see, it's one of those really old school, stick, straight, weird Barbie bodies. So definitely want to switch that out. The new one does look like she's going to need some cleaning. Her face looks a little dirty. I'll probably have to get a magic eraser in there. I actually kind of like the face on my original one better, so I might actually end up putting my first Amidala hybrid on the new body. So I think I actually like the face on it just like a little bit better than the other one, but it's just something about the eyes I just kind of like a little better. I'm not sure though. We'll see. First, I'm going to take the head off the DC Superheroes girl. And pretty much, I've gotten pretty good at this. I mean, if you haven't done it before, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this technique. You might want to heat the head up with a hairdryer first, or put it in a baggie and then dip it into some pretty much boiling water to soften the head. But I've gotten pretty good at this where I can just grab it and take the head off without breaking it. So I don't know if I can really do that with the camera right in my way. So I'll probably end up bumping the camera, so see if I can try and do it. But yeah, I pretty much just gently and firmly pull. And usually you can get the head off without like completely breaking the neck. But I mean, it just takes some like finesse. You gotta like know what you're feeling, and it does bend the tongs back a little, but usually you can get it off without breaking it if you're careful. So I just usually just bend those back, and if I want to solidify them, I'll just add a little super glue to them just to solidify them a little. But yeah, as you can see, I've gotten pretty good at taking the heads off without heating the head. You just have to be careful. I mean, if the head is soft vinyl like the Mattel dolls usually are, you can get away with that. With the Hasbro Amidala dolls, I'll probably have to heat the heads because their heads are very hard vinyl. And the last time I tried to pull the head off the old Hasbro body, the neck completely destroyed itself, and I had to go in there with the pliers and get the little knobby piece out afterwards, which took considerable work from my needle nose pliers, and unfortunately, because they are old pliers, they got a little rust stains on the neck of the doll, which I was not happy with. That's why I don't necessarily like working with pliers if I don't have to. But yeah, I'm going to see what I can do with the heads of these dolls, and we'll continue the video. Alright, I was able to get all the heads off successfully, and here's the original one that I had put on the Disney Descendants body, and here's the one from the new set, and you can see it's a little dirtier, but I think I'm going to go with my original one because, I don't know, I just like the way her eyes are painted better. This one seems just like, I don't know, I like that this one seems a little more intense, so I think I'm actually going to put my original one on. I might clean this one up and actually put this one back on the Disney Descendants body, and maybe make an outfit and do it for a giveaway because I've actually reached 500 followers on Tumblr. Yay for me. So that was kind of pointless, but it illustrates the differences between the doll types. Here was the original, and of course, even though I heated it with my hairdryer, the neck broke because the Hasbro necks are like, it's literally, there's no stick in there, there's just like, well, guess she decided to escape. There's no stick in there, it's just like the actual curvature of the neck is just holding in the bulb. So of course it broke, but I was able to get it out of the head with pliers. And, well, I'm just not having any luck today here. Bumping the camera too. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look-see at this. Oh, I didn't realize on my original one I left, there's actually a piece of plastic still in there. I'll have to actually try to get that out since I've taken the head off. And as you can see, the neck hole for this is maybe a little too small. We'll have to see how we might get that to work. I'm worried this might be too bulbous, so I might have to Dremel that down, because you can see the difference between the DC Superhero Girl's head and the Hasbro head is a little bit bigger. It's like super bigger, so I mean the transplant should work. So we'll see. I'm gonna just kind of put it next to that so maybe you can see. And it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just worried that, you know, once it gets on there, it might look a little bulbous. Other than that, I think it should look good on this body. So I'm going to get that little plastic piece that's in there. I'm going to fish that out. I didn't realize that was in there. And I'm going to try and put it on this, and we'll see how it looks. If not, I can just take it off again and redo it. I might trim this down a little bit because it's a little long for this head, so I'll probably just cut most of that off also. And it should be fine. Alrighty then. Alright, so as you can see, I've gotten the Queen Amidala head on the DC Superheroes girl body. I heated up the head and put it on. As I was afraid of, the neck is like extremely bulbous looking. It doesn't quite like go on right, so eventually I'm going to have to take the head off again and Dremel that down and see if I can get a better look to it. But right now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put her clothes back on and just, you know, see how she fits with the clothes on her new body. Alright, so here is the new bodied Queen Amidala doll with her clothes back on. Overall her outfit fits pretty well on this body. It's a little loose up top, but I can alter that to fit the top a little bit, add some darts in there. The hips fit really well, and it's not even too short because the dress is meant to flare out. It actually makes up for the added height, and this body, the DC Superhero Girl's body, still fits the Disney Descendants shoes that I had her wearing, the gold ones, because they're stretchy shoes and the feet are pretty similar. So that worked out pretty well. And with her outfit on and her headdress on, you can't really see how bulbous her neck is, which is fine for now. I'll probably go back and Dremel that later. But pretty much this doll's gonna always have this outfit on, so I don't really need to do that because you can't really tell with everything on. Other than because her head doesn't sit quite right. If you tilt, you can tilt the head back too far and then you can see the gap in the neck and the head. I might have to fix that later. But for now, I think she turned out really good. I'm much more happy with the shape of the hands, and I really like that she's going to be more poseable. So I'm just going to move the camera a little closer. And I'm going to get closer, and I want to see how flexible she is. Obviously, definitely improvement from the old Hasbro body. She can bend at the knees and sit now. I mean, she could with the Descendants body, but I really like jointed torsos, although the DC Superhero Girl's torso, especially on this one, isn't like super flexible. It just kind of goes side to side a little bit, maybe up and down a little, but still it's really nice to have that extra joint. It just makes this doll just a little bit more refined and pretty, I think, anyway. So I'm really glad that worked out. I gotta get her a stand. She obviously doesn't have a stand. But I am going to a doll show next weekend. Pretty excited about that. We don't have doll shows very often here where I live. And I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully I can pick up like a metal doll stand for her there. There should be somebody selling them, I would assume. But I'm going to the doll show at the Ag Center next weekend, and hopefully I can take some pictures or some videos there, and or at least, you know, maybe get some stuff and do a haul video. Anyway, I hope to do more creative videos like this about dolls and the other crafts that I do. And I really appreciate you watching, and if you really like my videos, and I know they're not that great right now, I'm working on learning how to make better videos. But if you like what I do, go ahead, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. That's always appreciated, and thank you for watching.